Alrighty then, let me go ahead and unmute that mic. So let me kind of get squared away around here. All right, then. Yeah, we're a few minutes early. Just kind of getting some other things settled in. Let's see here. May have to interrupt the podcast, expecting a phone call here. Why in the world? Oh, so my TV went to its screensaver. Okay, I'm just gonna back out of here. Get it ready to play Hawkeye. Done here. Here we go. Put it right there. All right. Down. All right. Yeah, there we go. All righty. What is going on, people? That is going on. It is. It's hard to believe. It is December 1st. We are 24 days away from Christmas and 23 days away from Christmas Eve. So I certainly hope everybody, you and your families, are doing well. And let's see here. See who is in the house. Give a big shout out here. I'll give a big shout out here to oh, is it Quanvo? What's happening? What is going on? What is happening? Vegers in the house. What's happening? Oh, we got Lincoln Clay in the house. The Ageless Wonder is in the house. See you there, brother. I just saw you. Oh, Eric 83. What's happening? What's going on? So Compost Smurf says Kate Bishop featuring Hawkeye should have been the title. Yeah, it's there. He's passing the torch. It's I mean, you all do realize that you're starting to see the Young Avengers. They've already showed you. So you got Kate Bishop, you've got Ant-Man's daughter that's going to be in it, possibly Spider-Man leading the Young Avengers. We'll have to wait and see how Echo goes on because that's who they showed at the end of. I haven't watched the third episode yet, so don't spoil it for me. But they're out there. The Bishop kid, not the Bishop kid. I don't know if you watched Captain America and the Winter Soldier. The young black kid, Bradley's grandson. That he's going to be part of it. Don't know enough about Helen Belova. She'll probably switch over being a Black Widow. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's you all are, and Miss Marvel, she'll be part of it. So again, you're watching it come together, possibly She-Hulk as well. Have to wait and see. Definitely have to wait and see though. But yeah, I don't know. 16 days. Yeah, let's talk about that Spider-Man. Let's get into it. We got a few things here to talk about. We got the Spider-Man tickets crashing the box office. I mean, I couldn't get my tickets. I had to go and actually physically go up to the theater and get my tickets. But we're going to talk about the Mass Effect TV show, and I'm going to do a playthrough starting today at 2:00 Eastern time. A complete playthrough. Now, let me make this clear. My playthroughs will always be at 2:00 Eastern time when I have the day off. So I'm off today and I'm off tomorrow. All right. So you'll get your 4 hours of playthroughs. And this is going to be from Mass Effect 1 all the way through. Okay. So all the way through. And I am off. I haven't flipped the calendar yet. Yes, I'm off Wednesday and Thursday. I am off Saturday. I am off Sunday. So yeah, it's I think I'm off Sunday. No, I am not off Sunday. Hold on, am I off Sunday? I don't think so. It's all together. No, I am off Saturday. I gotta work the 5th, 6th, and 7th because I got some stuff to do on the 8th. But all right, so yeah, those are my playthrough time. I am off. I can watch Championship Saturday, but I'm working Sunday. Boo. So, but I have to wait and see how that goes. But How many times? Well, this will probably be, I can't count how many times I've played through, because each time they added a mod, you know, a DLC, and I bought it, I played all the way through. So whether it been Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3. And again, it's, for me, it's worth it, but I get it's not worth it for everyone. But again, this will be a playthrough. So the way I do my playthroughs, and this is just me, I do not have on the subtitles, because that takes away from the way the game flows, and I do very little to no talking. Okay, I do very little to no talking, and it's just, you are gonna follow through like it's a movie. So, but again, 2 hours a day, 2 hours tomorrow. We'll get the first 4 hours of it done. So this will be Mass Effect 1 all the way through, and then Mass Effect 2 all the way through. The Mass Effect 3 all the way through. And well, the goal is to try to have it done by the end of the year. But yeah, this is that, because I'm going to watch Hawkeye today and do some rummage around my spot, do some cleaning, and go from there. But yeah, but those are going to be your young Avengers. Now, again, I don't think, I agree 100% with what Grace Randolph was saying. I don't think the young Avengers are big enough to do a movie on, but I think you could see a TV show where it has Kate Bishop and Ant-Man's daughter and the rest of them, you know, maybe Spider-Man. Maybe they get into a full-length picture because they get over their head and they have to go to Captain America and the Winter Soldier and Hella Below. I mean, it could be something that simple. So, but Miss Marvel gets introduced on the TV show, then she's going to be in the Captain Marvel sequel. Hawkeye, if you don't know this is from the first 2 episodes, and this is in the comic book run as well. He is going deaf. You know, he's going deaf. So he's passing the torch. So don't get offended. Don't get upset. This was planned. Kate Bishop is the new Hawkeye anyway. So, yeah. And the villain that they showed at the end of episode 2, the girl listening to music, that was Echo. And she has similar powers to Taskmaster. Okay, so she can kind of mimic what you're doing. So, but again, have to wait. That's in the comic. Let's wait and see how they do her on the TV show. But she does work for Kingpin. So if she's working for Kingpin, that's Vincent D'Onofrio. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. And that's the guy that played Kingpin in Daredevil. So you may see a little bit of Daredevil. Even the gym that they have them in at the end of episode 2, the gym they have Hawkeye and Kate Bishop in, that's Foggy's gym. That is from the Daredevil side. That is, if you play the Spider-Man video game, one of the 50 places you can go take pictures of, that's one of the 50 places you can go take pictures of. So they're interconnecting things very slowly, but it's happening. And again, I don't know if y'all caught that or not, but I did. I'm like, oh, Foggy's gym, you know, so we'll have to wait and see, you know. But yeah, it wasn't disastrous on the comic run, but they're introducing new Avengers. I mean, this is it. If you have Disney Plus, go to the Marvel screen. It no longer has the old Avengers up there. It doesn't have Tony Stark and Captain America, and it doesn't have them. You know, you've got here, let me go to it real fast here. I'll just tell you who's up here on the screen. Let's just go to Marvel. All right, so it's got Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Loki, Black Widow, Thor, Shuri, and Shang-Chi. And then right in the middle of them is Sam, who is Captain America. You know, it's Captain America. So they've changed it, you know, because it's new. You have new Avengers coming. So, you know, Captain America and Winter Soldier, Wanda Maximoff. You're still going to have Doctor Strange and all them. Doctor Strange and Wanda are like, you know, those are like nuclear codes. And you'll still have Hulk. You'll still have Hulk. But that's, as far as your core Avengers, that's changing out. So you want to see him go deaf. Yeah, he goes deaf in the comics, so I don't know if he'll be completely deaf by the end, because he's only signed for 1 year. Because when they re-signed all those characters, they re-signed them to do TV shows. The only ones they couldn't get was Downey and Chris Evans, because I thought Chris Evans Captain America should have been at the end of Captain America, or what's it called, the Winter Soldier, and what you call it. So I thought that he should have been there, especially when they were giving Bradley that award for what he did in World War I and World War II. I'm sorry. So I mean, again, it's just, you know, what do you all think, audience? Yes. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, She-Hulk is going to be fun. And remember, She-Hulk she's an attorney, and one of the attorneys that she's going to be running into is Matt Murdock. This has already been, I'm not spoiling anything. Everybody already knows this. This has like been in just, you know, this has been over a year ago this came out. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see Shang-Chi as an Avenger. I mean, I thought the movie was good. The Hawkeye show, you all heard me, I did not like the first episode, but that second episode, that hooked me. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready. So, and we're still gonna have Thor. You know, Thor has a movie coming out, Love and Thunder. He's also going to have a cameo or something like that in Guardians 3, which you know is already, I believe, something is already finished shooting. I forgot something wrapped production like a week ago. Well, Chris Evans has, yeah, he does have a contract for a movie, but he could just have a cameo. Because you got to remember, he's finished. His Captain America run, he gave the shield to Sam. So, you know, that doesn't mean that, you know, he won't make a cameo, though. So Doctor Strange is coming next year. Yeah, Doctor Strange, yeah, and he allegedly is going to be in that movie with Wanda. So yeah, that to me, it's everything's proceeding as planned. We also got Moon Knight coming. You got a whole lot coming. You did have Amy Pascal of Sony say that there's going to be 3 more Spider-Man movies. So all this just got confirmed. Now, hopefully they keep Tom Holland around, because I like him as Spider-Man. He's kind of a combination of the Spider-Man I did not like was I can't think, not Tobey Maguire, but that other kid. I didn't like his version of Spider-Man. That wasn't his fault. He had his mannerisms down. Hit that like button, people. He had his mannerisms down, but it just wasn't a good Spider-Man movie. So the She-Hulk will be better, more competent version of Hulk. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's what it'll be. Have to wait and see. I'm just excited that we're getting the show. Now, I don't know how it's going to work, because in the comic book, she just walks around and is green. I mean, she's She-Hulk about 90% of the time. But we'll have to wait and see how they do the TV show. So Sam Ash is enjoying Hawkeye. Yeah, I mean, so far, it's when I watched that second episode, I'm like, oh, this is actually going to be pretty good. So yeah, Anthony Mackie, Captain America, will be in this one. Not Chris. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Anthony Mackie's Captain America is the new Captain America going forward. You know, he is Captain America. So, you know, just it is what it is. You know, that is, you know, because like I said, Tony Stark, I won't spoil what happens with Stark, but Stark has a daughter. And if you don't know this, which call it's going to be in Black Panther, I can't think of the girl's name. Because Shuri is going to be tracking her. That's part of the story. But she gets hold of Iron Man's stuff. So Dolby or IMAX, which one is better? Well, Dolby is sound and IMAX is the picture. So they're both about the same. I mean, now what's better between Dolby and Skywalker sound? I prefer Dolby Atmos. Let me make that clear. That means there's speakers in front of you, beside you, and on top. Dolby Atmos. Skywalker sound, if you don't have Atmos, Skywalker sounds better. So, or, you know, I forgot what it's called now, but, you know, it's a lot of these Disney Plus movies, they're in Dolby at this point. Like your TV, if it produces Dolby Vision, I've watched, like when I just got done watching Infinity War, that was in Dolby Vision. So, which is, you all know, Dolby Vision's hardware has a higher count, nit count than HDR. I think it's 10,000. I think Dolby Vision's is 12,000 or something like that. Yeah, Captain Marvel 2 will have Miss Marvel in it. Yep, that's confirmed. Dolby theaters have a picture. Well, Dolby is more about sound. Dolby is more about the sound. Now, I prefer an IMAX picture, you know, because I'm like my Spider-Man tickets. I'm gonna go see that in real sound. You know, I gotta have that sound. So, but I'm an old man, so I've got to go get that sound. But those tickets crashed the box, meaning that has not happened since Avengers Endgame. And right now, the tracking number, which is early, the early tracking number is that it's going to do $162 million on opening weekend. Now, it's a early number. It can change. It may go up. It could go down. But just rest assured, rest assured, that movie's going to have a big opening weekend. Talk about Spider-Man. Biggest opening weekend ever, I think, is Avengers Endgame. It did $357 million, I think. And I think the second one behind that is Infinity War, which did like $261 million or something. It's some ridiculous number. But I know Endgame made like $1 billion in like 5 days. It was it was just quick. So Iron Lad, that's what I'm thinking about. Iron Lad. So Dolby theaters have very good pictures. Yeah. It's not that they don't. I mean, but the IMAX is visual. Dolby is sound. So the perfect thing for me personally is an IMAX picture with Dolby sound. Like when I saw Tenet, Interstellar, all that. I saw that in an IMAX theater. So to me, all of Nolan's movies should be seen in IMAX. That's just me personally. So all that other one he did, was it Dunkirk? That was something else too in IMAX. You think Spider-Man's gonna do $1 billion? Okay, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not saying it won't. I am not saying it won't, but I think it's gonna do very well. I mean, let's put it like that. So and why is it coming out in December? It's because there are no Star Wars movies. This is an off year for Star Wars. They're, you know, doing their own thing. So I think Disney Plus is putting on what the Star Wars special, something like that. So so you got Dolby for Spider-Man, but you're doing it in IMAX, or you're going in. Yeah, I'm doing IMAX up front and then with Dolby at that theater. So a little more expensive, it's like $16, but hey, you only live once, right? So you hope the upcoming Spider-Man better than the last two. You didn't like Homecoming or Far From Home? Wow. Okay, that's fine. It's different strokes, different folks. Homecoming I thought was just good. I thought Far From Home, or the second one, I thought that was real good. Like real good. So but that's just me. Spider-Man and Doctor Strange is such a great combo. Yes, well, you thank Sony for that, because part of Sony's deal is they get a MCU buddy in the Spider-Man films. So he's had Nick Fury, which turned out to be a Skrull, but nevertheless, he had a Skrull, and then he had the first one he had Iron Man. So and this one he's gonna have Doctor Strange. So have to wait and see how it goes. So but we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Yeah, I thought Homecoming was the same. I thought Michael Keaton stole the show in Homecoming. I think most people believe that, you know, but they introduced the Prowler. They introduced him, and there's a very good chance he'll be in Spider-Man. This new one is coming out. Was it Can't Go Home or Baby Mama at Home or something like that? So we may see a version of him in this, which I think would be cool. So we might get a movie on Captain America going back in time to return the Infinity Stones. Yeah, the reason why we don't have that is because nobody's written it. That's what the Russo brothers said. The Russo brothers was like, well, that's a great question. What did he do when he went back? Sounds like a movie somebody should write. I mean, that's the Russo brothers said that. So the reason why that hasn't happened is because nobody has written it. So they're waiting on you, V'ger, to write that script. You expect a lot of spoilers. Well, yeah, what you have to do is you have to when the press screening is coming up. So once the press screening happens, you just need to turn off anything Spider-Man on Twitter, on your social media, because I guarantee you I will not be talking about it until probably the end of the year. That way everybody has a chance to go see it. So Paul Game said he didn't like Shang-Chi nor Black Widow. Well, I liked Shang-Chi. The third act I thought was hokey, but I thought the first two acts were extremely strong. Black Widow was a little, that was all over the place. I did like I liked certain things about it. I liked her family more than it was about her passing the torch. So did you like the new Black Widow, Helen Belova? Okay, did you like her? Because she's a new Black Widow. So but it's there were things I didn't care for, like that base being up in the sky. Like, how could nobody not track that? Something that big up in the sky. So, but again, yeah, I get what you're saying. But let's see here. The girl side chick was annoying in Shang-Chi. Yeah, let me make this clear. The first 48 gaming, either people really liked her or they didn't. There is no in between. I think that girl's name was Aquafina. But I understand that, yeah, a lot of people didn't like her. She's an acquired taste, definitely. And I'm going to watch it again, because to me, either the jokes landed or they didn't. For me, the jokes did not land. But I thought she was much better as the movie went along. I thought she was much better, but I thought the lead actor was fantastic. I thought and again, it's not about her as much as it's about him and his relationship with his father. I thought that was good. So, yeah, I mean, again, I didn't love Shang-Chi, but I didn't hate it. I thought Shang-Chi was good. Like I said, I thought the third act, and everybody knows what happens in the third act, I thought that was hokey. But I thought the Wonder Woman third act was hokey. I thought the Man of Steel third act was hokey. But I thought the first two acts of Man of Steel and Wonder Woman are classic. They're classic. The first two acts. Third act was a little hokey. But Wonder Woman, first two acts I thought were really good. Sandman, she clearly yeah, I mean, Jeff, I just think, to me, and this is just my opinion, and it's, I thought they oversold it, but you're right. She is true to the comic book. That's why I'm saying it was okay. Okay, it wasn't like they forced her, wasn't forced, things like that. So, yeah, Kroll, Venom. Yeah, Venom. That Venom movie did not do well, but it made money. So, but yeah, you got to remember, like, about 6 weeks after Spider-Man comes out, Morbius comes out. But we'll have to wait and see. So, he said Noel in Swedish means, yeah, it does. That is true. That is true. So, and she was decided, yeah, was moving on. The more competent female sidekick noticing trend with Disney. Anyone? No. Disney's doing, there is no, to me, they're fine as long as they stay within their comic book. They're not trying to introduce a character that's just brand new because she's a woman or something like that, or put a guy in because he is. Shout out to you, TKRDS. I see you subbed 3 days ago, so shout out to you. Let's give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. So, but yeah. But now I understand what you're saying. It's as long as they stay close to the comic stuff, they'll be fine. But again, people are right that the Aquafina's character in the comic book is straight comedy relief. That is true. So, but so I think you got people who got to understand, as long as they take the gist of the character from the comic book and they're trying to do stuff with them, that's fine. It's just, I think people everybody is of the agreement of, let's not try to force a character into it. So it's just like people were talking about, Kathleen Kennedy was talking about the characters of Finn and Rey coming back. She specifically says, she never mentions it's going to be the same actors and actresses. Okay. She just says those characters we're going to still tell stories with those characters. Now that could be in a comic book. That could be on a TV show, on a Disney Plus TV show. That could be because the Skywalker saga is taking place way after the Mandalorian. You know, it's like way down the road. So, you know, it's like 30 years after the Death Star blows up, the second Death Star, you know. Oh, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Return of the Jedi. Because I got to remember, you guys are a lot younger than me, but I remember going to the theater to see all 3 Star Wars as a kid. That was 77 through 83, I believe. But yeah, I sat in the theaters for all of those. So, but yeah, but I think everybody is of the, you know, is of that, you know, because the people are going to be like, you know, if you try to change a bunch of stuff. But Iron Lad is coming, and Iron Lad is a black female that gets parts or somehow gets her hands on one of Iron Man's suits, or she builds her own. She builds her own Iron Man suit. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. All right, let's see how that turns out. So, so Paul says he's younger than me. Okay, or older than me. All right, well, I'm pretty old. So yeah, Noah's a king. Yeah, V'ger's sword becomes the God Slayer's sword for Gore. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how they do Gore the God Butcher. Yeah, and let's just see if they keep calling him God Butcher. I think they just may call him Gore. You know, it's kind of like a not iron. It's Ironclad. That's not Ironclad. It's not Ironheart. Oh, okay, you're right. I had that wrong. It's Ironheart. You're right. It's early. Cut me a break. I have not had my rum and Coke yet this morning. So I will drink it while I'm playing Mass Effect. Again, doing a Mass Effect playthrough today. Well, there is no such and such being the new. What's that saying? 40 is the new 30 or whatever. There's none of that. When you're 40, you're 40. You feel 40. So, yeah, Ironheart's another fail. Yeah, I mean, again, you're right. It is. But those characters are coming because Disney is trying to do the movies where Marvel Comics is trying to build off of that. So it's, and again, I get it. To me, the comics are a lot more enriching. But you're right. There's a lot of names flying around my head with all these comic books. So, but we'll have to wait and see what Ironheart does. But yeah, hit that like button, people. We'll go ahead and get into the podcast. So if you don't know, yes, Amazon is doing a Mass Effect TV show, and apparently the lead character for Commander Shepard is Henry Cavill, Superman himself. So he, again, right now is the lead character. A couple of guys I have already mentioned before. We talked about this. I would like to see John David Washington, Michael B. Jordan, Scott Eastwood. Another one is shout out to, I can't think of this, a YouTuber, because I'm going to give him a shout out. The guy that played Arrow, Stephen Amell. How would you all like to see Stephen Amell play a male Shepard? You know, go ahead and write your comments on and who you would like to see, or a female Shepard. Who would you like to see as a fem Shep? But for me, those are the top 5 or 6 names for me. A Cavill is a no-brainer. You have to offer it to him and let him turn it down. I agree 100%. But I would like to see Michael B. Jordan and or John David Washington, followed by Scott Eastwood and Stephen Amell. Stephen Amell, I think, would rock it out. I mean, that to me was like, yeah, but that's if it's going to be about Shepard. I personally think it's going to not be about Shepard. So you said Red Hulk is coming out. Possibly. You got to understand that's the Hulk is owned by Universal. So yeah, Hulk is owned by Universal, so not by Marvel. So I have to wait and see. So I think Mick Moranis would play MODOK. Yeah, that could be cool. Yeah, they are bringing the Thunderbolts. That's that when you're they're being recruited as well. But remember, the Thunderbolts is Marvel's version of the Suicide Squad. So, but you're right, the Thunderbolts are coming as well. They're building them up as well. So very good catch. Very good catch. John David Washington, you'd be an alpha Ghostbusters. Hadn't seen that yet. So no, I'm just putting his name out there. John David Washington's a good actor. He'd be a good Shepard. He showed his bona fides as far as being an action character. But yeah, like I said, to me, I would go with Henry Cavill was my first choice if it's going to be a male Shepard. That's if they even do Shepard's storyline. Mass Effect is a huge universe. I mean, they could explore Cerberus, how they got started. They could explore the First Contact War. I mean, that's what I think is going to be. Me personally, if they said, well, if I was writing it, I would say we're going to start on Mars with the discovery of the Prothean ruins and how that affects humanity. That will be the end of the first season. Well, the end of the first season will be them finding the first mass relay, Charon relay. And at the beginning of the second season with them figuring out how to activate and use the relay. Midway through, you would see Anderson, though, because Anderson was, I believe, on the first ship that went through the first mass relay. So was the guy from Mass Effect Andromeda. So was that guy, Ryder, the father, not the kids from Mass Effect Andromeda. He went through the first relay as well. So, and that relay, I didn't forget where that relay took them. So, starts with an A though. It wasn't Andromeda. So but yeah, you could go with Michael Jordan or Henry. Henry who? See, I mean, again, but yeah, like I said, Michael B. Jordan's already got an Amazon Prime show. That's why I'm like, yeah, it makes sense to try to go to him. But to me, Cavill's a no-brainer if they're going to do Shepard. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. All right, hit that like button, people. Let's go ahead and get into it here. We're already about 40 minutes, so let me go ahead and get my Craig Weiser before we start talking about this PS5 Pro. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Shout out to Marlon Gaming Nation. That's my dedication to him. Also, I saw a lot of people. Hold on. I know what y'all want to hear. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, yeah. There we go. Pedro Pascal to be Shepard. That's a little too old. This show better be on the level. Yeah, see, now The Expanse, that jumped the shark. As after season 3, The Expanse jumped the shark. Like, bad. Like, are you kidding me? This is terrible, But anyway, it should be. It'd be a little bit better. So, The Expanse is great stuff. You're sad it's the last season. Well, that's why and because they have a audience like that, they have that audience, they are doing Mass Effect because they're just like, well, it could be a natural transition over for them. But yeah, I like The Expanse. The first 2 to 3 seasons I thought was really good. That third season or the fourth season, it jumped the shark. All right. So, but I couldn't get back into it. I don't speak ill of on The Expanse. Okay. All right, well, let's talk about the PS5. Let's think first things first. I've seen a lot of people talk about the multi-GPU that the PS5 can do. Again, big shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. He talked about that already. How they're going to do a form of emulation to play backwards compatible games. I don't know why people want to go back and play some of those trash-looking PlayStation 1 and 2 games, but so be it. I mean, there's a handful of games. I would probably go back and play Siphon Filter. I would probably go back and play one of the Metal Gears, like Metal Gear 4. I never got to play that. I'm still salty about that. I never played Metal Gear 4. Is it Guns of the Patriots or Sons of the something like that, whatever it is. I never played that. And I thought that was one of the best looking games I'd ever seen. So yeah. And remember, the last thing about Marvel is something that Sony said. They said Spider-Man is a kid from Queens, or he could be from Brooklyn. Now, it Miles or Harlem. Miles is from Harlem, right? I can't remember. I got too many comic book stuff going on in my head. So old games do. Oh, I'm not saying it didn't matter. I'm just saying I don't know why it's championed. I don't know who wants to go backwards all the time, but I'm not knocking it. Like I said, I'm a stream Mass Effect 4. That game came out on the what, 3 generations ago, 2.5 generations ago. We got a generation now. We just did a half-step generation, so yeah, 2.5 generations ago. So the mouth is from Harlem. Yeah, that's what I thought. I can't remember what she said, but you can go back and read her interview. It's on fandango.com. So it's actually a pretty good interview, but it caught me by surprise, the stuff she was saying. So somebody, you bought wife a Series S. There's really no interesting games on game. But again, yeah, the Series S is still, let's see if it's still in my cart. Remember we found one in my cart from Best Buy. Let's just see if it's still there. I don't know, because remember, I didn't take it out of the cart. Let's see here. Shop and save. Best Buy is open right now. Let's see here. Let's go to my cart. Yeah, it's still here. It's still here. So here, let me put it up on the screen, because I know you all are all about, y'all, you all are on this, y'all gotta show receipts and all that kind of stuff. So all right, here we go. Matter of fact, let's put it up here on the screen and you all can see it for yourself that I'm not lying about it. Let's see here. Let's go here. Let's go to window capture. Let's see if we can pull it up here. Spy. Look, there it is. I can pick it up and it'd be ready in 1 hour. Okay, so that's the truth. I can pick it up and it'd be ready in 1 hour. Like, that's ridiculous. Ready for pickup in 1 hour. Let's go over here. There it is at checkout. All I have to do is click that button right there on the other screen and it's mine. But again, it's available. So this means right here, it's in the store. If I can go pick it up in 1 hour, it's in the store. That's what that means. And I'm not knocking it. I'm not mad. I'm just saying to you guys, that's the reality, that you're dealing with, is that, what's up, Taurus is great. Give him a hand. Just so you know. That means they're in the store. If I can go pick it up, it's just there. I can physically walk in there and get one. Like I can walk in the store, go up to the kiosk and say, I want an Xbox One S, and they'll say, oh, you have to order it. And I just press that button and it's there. I'm like, all right, that's going to be ready in 30 or 40 minutes, sir. Like, yeah, you need to get that to me here shortly because I got stuff to do. That's what I would say to him. But again, let me make this clear. I'm not knocking it. You all heard me early last year saying that if the Xbox One S does 60 frames per second and 1440p with HDR, I would look to pick one up and buy a monitor. But shout out to NX Gamer when he did his guerrilla build of a PS5 of a Series S. When he did that and it did not compute, it did not work. I'm like, all right, yeah, we're done doing this, like, yeah, we're done doing this. So, yeah, but Xbox is had a good Black Friday, primarily because people are impulse buyers, and because I'm an impulse buyer, so I know what that's like, and people want it right now. And you're right. I mean, I don't think there's nothing on there for me personally to jump up and down about. But if you got a monitor that does HDR and you want to play Forza all those games are coming. This is what I keep saying to people. If you want to play Starfield, because I'm going to play Starfield. Okay, so, and I'm telling you right now, I'm going to play Starfield because you all talk about who the real gamers are. The real gamers are the ones who play a little bit of everything. That's like going, like I said, you can go to the smorgasbord and get one thing, but I like if I'm going to a smorgasbord, I'm trying everything out. How many of y'all got a little bit of everything on Thanksgiving? I mean, I tore up some Thanksgiving. Okay, I'm still eating turkey, so turkey clubs, turkey tetcherini, whatever that's called, I'm eating it. So, but I understand people who don't want the 1S, but what I do not understand is people who, if you don't want one, why are you talking about it? That's just a general question. If you don't want an Xbox, why are you talking about it? It's just like the people on Twitter who keep saying that, you know, Xbox was the best buy and Xbox was the better console. Well, if you have to keep saying that it is, it means it's not, because we also understand what is understood is never spoken. You know, if you have to tell, who are you trying to convince that it's better? Okay, if it's better, then let it be better. You know, all right. That's all I can really say. Let it be better. If it's, you know, the fact you have to. What's up, Tekken God? Shout out to you, brother. I mean, I do not get online and say, man, this Jack Daniels I'm drinking is the best. Y'all need to go get it. It's already, I don't have to say that. Okay. It's already good. I don't have to remind you that it's good. Now, I tell you what else is good. Get you some vanilla Coke. Get you a scoop of ice cream. Then put you some Captain Morgan's in there. Try that. And then get back to me. All right? So why don't you do that while being in a limousine with two crazy blondes and have sex with them both? Because I've done that too. You know, when you do that, then you can come talk to me. You know, but yeah. And again, Mass Effect playthrough today. Mass Effect playthrough, 2 p.m., 2 to 4. I will not be talking. Doesn't mean I'm not seeing messages. And there will be no subtitles. I'm going to go through those conversations because I already know how to push the game to where I want it. So Sam Ass said he spends his money on things he deemed quality. You damn right. This is what you should do. You know, but what I don't understand is if you don't want something, you ain't got to talk bad about it. I'm disappointed in the Xbox One S because it didn't do 1440p. I'm not going to get into the specs and what it, you know, I really wanted the device to do 1440p. You all know that's where I live. I game in 1440p, 60 frames per second or higher with HDR, you know, because that's what I like to play on. That's not going to change. I don't care who does it. Do I think Sony's PlayStation should support it? Yes. Is it a deal breaker? No, it's not. All the PlayStation would do is it would take the 1440p image it's outputting, like Resident Evil 2, the remake is 1440p. All right, it is a 1440p remake, but your TV set, it doesn't matter what kind you got, it will try to upscale it to 4K. That's why it looks real weird. So, but let's go ahead and get into this. It's going to struggle to do. What's going to struggle to do 720p? So, I mean, again, I don't have an issue with what the Series S does. I'm just disappointed that it did not do what I wanted it to do. I guess that's the best way to put it. But I'm not going to slam it. I mean, I saw people allegedly they're supposed to be your ponies and have PlayStation-centric podcasts. They went out and got a Series X. So what do you think about those people? I mean, those are supposed to be your heroes. All right. Those are your heroes. So, you know, they have PlayStation podcasts and, you know, they're talking to the big wigs and all that kind of stuff. Yet they go out and buy a Series S or X. So that you all got to, this is what I said to you all a couple weeks ago. Remember, I said the true gamers were going to come out. Okay. They were going to show you who they really were. And again, I don't care that it's their money. Buy what you want. But don't try to say you're something you're not. You know what I'm saying? You know, because it's like, you know, yeah, get out of here with your BS. Seriously, get out of here. So, but yeah, I don't. It's like I'm gonna be playing as excited as I am for Gran Turismo 7, and I am, and that game got rated, by the way. As excited as I am for that to come out, I'm also excited for the Forza Motorsports to come out. Now, that doesn't mean I think Gran Turismo is the better racing sim, but it's nothing wrong with Forza Motorsports. It's a step down, okay, from Gran Turismo, and Project Cars is a step down from the rest of it. You know, just it is what it is. It doesn't mean those games aren't fun. If you don't want to play them, I got nothing but mad respect and love for you. But you don't have to sit up here and grease it so hard. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. So somebody says they say Vanguard is trash. You're like, oh, okay, that's the whole thing. This is because I mean, don't you all have siblings or brothers or cousins and they love pepperoni pizza? Like, I love pepperoni, bacon, and onion pizza. That I love it. Shout out to my man Sick Humor. That's my man 50 grand. I don't know how he does pizza and pineapple. I just don't. But I'm not gonna knock it. I'm not gonna knock it. So it is kind of like, oh, I don't think that sounds edible to me, but all right, that's fine. So and yeah, you all heard me when I said I was gonna get the and play the Halo campaign. Yes, I'm going to do that when it comes out. I'm also going to be watching and covering the Halo TV show when it comes out. Again, this is already, I've already talked about this already. So again, it is what it is. You know, The Witcher, I think that the Witcher movie starts, what, in a couple of weeks? That starts. The Mandalorian comes back on. That's about to start. So, I mean, all this is coming up. So I'm excited. You know, damn man said pineapple tastes good on pizza. Okay. This doesn't sound edible to me. So it doesn't sound edible. So, all right, well, let's talk about the PS-5 Pro. Yes, it is a real device. It is a real device. Shout out to my source, LOUWAFFA. See if I can bring it. Images on the screen. Let's see. And I like the way it looks. She ain't a skinny girl. You know, I like my girls a little bit round. Oh, let me put something else up here on the screen. Let me see if I can get it to work right. I may not be able to get this to work right. Let's go move into that. And no, it's not gonna come up. Darn it. That's not gonna come. All right, we'll go with this then. All right. So now this is just concept art. So, but this is a real device. Okay, this is a real device. This is not what the device looks like. Okay. Now, to me, she ain't a skinny girl. Okay, she ain't a skinny girl, but obviously, I like this. I like the curves. I mean, that's just me personally. I like the curves. It doesn't have the V shape on it. The PlayStation 5 does look like a futuristic device. And this does too. Now, this is not the way it looks, but what is it? What is the Pro? What are they going to concentrate on? Well, I've already put this in the description, 8K gaming. So let's start right there. It is targeting 8K gaming. So you'll get 8K native and 8K checkerboarded games. You'll get 4K native games, and you'll get some 1800p games. Gone will be the 1080p games and stuff like that. You'll always have games with the option of 120 FPS. Okay, you'll always have that option. And and you'll have VR. VR is going to really take off. And right now, the model has 24 gigs of RAM in it. Right now. Okay, this is just what they got under the hood. They don't know whether it's going to be a Pro or if it's just going to be PS6. And how this affects Microsoft is that Microsoft is in flux with the Xbox in a sense that they don't know if they're going to fabricate any more hardware. So it's not that they won't. Let me make that clear. I'm not saying that they will not do that. And I've had to change that because I was told that they weren't going to make any more Xboxes because they don't care about the physical box. So, but they said they're dedicated to the future hardware. Now, were they just saying that? I got told they were just saying that. So, but what Xbox is kind of stuck at is if there's a PlayStation Pro, do they make an up gen or do they just make another Xbox? I mean, so that's just, again, because Microsoft is always responding to Sony. The compute units I've heard are over 48 compute units over that, and it's going to have anywhere from 13.6 to 14.2 teraflops. So, but that's the early stuff. Don't know about the SSD or anything like that. So, it's an APU. It is an APU. So it's not like you're going to get, you know, different components. I mean, I wish they would do that myself, but they're not going to do that. So, but it's a real device in the sense that it's on paper. It's just not been fabricated, meaning that they have not decided to go ahead and build it. They have built a couple of models just to see how developers would use it, how their developers would use it. You know, I mean, you got to Sony specs their consoles primarily to what their first party developers want, not their third party guys, not their, you know, but, you know, as far as purchases and stuff like that, as far as the purchases and stuff like that that are coming, you just simply have to look at, and I'm just kind of putting this out there too, you just simply have to look at who Sony actually has made capital investments in, and all those studios are on the clock. Herman Holtz and Jim Ryan want to make their own splash, so to speak. They want their own splash, and they want the PlayStation to be in their image, and they both want more studios. So, and a couple of publishers. The publishers, I was told, was Capcom and Square Enix. Capcom makes the most sense to me because Sony owns Evo. Capcom has a huge presence at Evo. If you don't watch Evo, you know, it's the fighting tournament. So I have to just kind of wait and see. I was like, well, marrying those two together makes sense. You know, how could they make the Dual Sense a better handle for you? You know, you got to look at stuff like that. What is it about the PS5 that it could do better? That's what when you start speccing your next console, that's what they're doing. Again, they already did this. It's not called the Pro, they call it something else, but the paperwork is there, and it's just they simply tear down what they got and they say, how can we make it better? You know, how do we make it better? How do we make it better? That's how they do it. So Jim Ryan is excited about the games out on PC. Yeah, okay. Well, their games, I mean, like I said, the Uncharted game, and again, I don't know how many people plan on buying Uncharted once again. There will be some, but I mean, the last Uncharted game came out, what, in like 2017? And they were telling me that the one with the girls, Lost Legacy, people were telling me Lost Legacy is not part of the Uncharted package. I don't know if that's true or not, if you're getting it on PC. And, you know, and if that's, let's just say it's not true, then that means Uncharted is 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, did I watch Red Gaming? No, I've not. I have not watched it. So, but I mean, shout out to him. Shout out to Red Tech Gaming. So, but again, people got to understand that they don't. Again, Microsoft is kind of in a limbo. And that's the wrong word. They're just kind of at a wait and see approach on what Sony's going to do. And Sony may well just make a PS6, you know, but my understanding is they don't know yet. But the console is there. It's not in major fabrication. They could just, you all know that. They can build something and not put nothing around it. They put it in plastic and say, oh, this has this, and this, you know. Lost Legacy and Uncharted 4 in the same package, so it is on PC. Okay, that's fine. Like I said, I don't care because I've already beaten them both. I thought Uncharted 4 was a good game, and I thought Lost Legacy was a good game. You know, Lost Legacy, arguably people like it more than Uncharted 4. So, but I enjoyed Uncharted 4. Uncharted 1 I thought was good. I thought Uncharted 2 was probably the best in that series. I played Uncharted 3 for a little while, and I didn't care for it. So maybe that's just me. That's just me. So, you love both Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy. No desire to play the game in 4K without new content. Yeah, I mean, again, and Lost Legacy was in 1440p. And Uncharted 4 was in 1080p. What's up, Chris B? So, Lost Legacy sucked compared to 4. Oh, okay, that's like I said. I enjoyed them both, but you know, I enjoyed them both. So, Shout out to Andrew Wilkins. He goes ahead. He says, "Who saw?" I started laughing because I saw the banner. For the $5 holler. He said, "Who's seen the Lion advert banner at Walmart for Series X?" It says, it reads "World most powerful and fastest consoles straight." Yeah, I think I saw something like that because I was like, I don't think it's the fastest, but okay, you know.
Oh yeah.
Well, shout out to Andrew Wiggins. I mean, what about the fact that it now says on that? But did you see that other sign that says "World's most powerful Xbox"? It also says "World's most powerful Xbox." So, I mean, because it's not the world's powerful. I mean, again, they're just talking about the raw specs. It's like the guy at GameStop said. He said, when they say world's most powerful, they're just talking about the raw specs. We all know the performance. We see the performances, you know. So, you know, PlayStation's, and like I said, you know, I'm not playing Battlefield at all. You all know I don't do that kind of stuff. So, but we look at the fact that Battlefield runs better on PlayStation. And the Elden Ring demo or beta, whatever they show, runs better on PlayStation. It had better shadows on PlayStation. I mean, not that it from software won't fix it, you know, but I thought that was funny. Because what that initially means is that when they push it in to the computers, you know, when they're getting their when they're building the game, the PlayStation's already at a base level performing better. So as it optimizes, it will always stay ahead. So as it optimizes. So, oh, I have been playing Kana Bridge of Spirits. That game's fun. I'm actually enjoying that game. I've died a couple of times. You know, to me, her voice don't match her body. I mean, to me, her voice, she sounds like she's 25 years old. But I like the game itself is fun. I'm enjoying it. So nothing on there I had never done before. You blocking and dodging and stuff like that. So, but just I like the music, and it does look like a Pixar movie. It looks like a Pixar movie. So, you know, Xbox One. Yeah, I mean, again, the screen tearing on the series. Yeah, but this is why they bragged about VRR. You know, remember, oh, we got VRR, we ain't got no screen tearing. You know, it's like, okay, but like 90% of the people don't have TVs with VRR. They don't. You know, they don't have those. So I've never understood it. You know, it's just like, dang on. Let's see here. Who is he? It just says he said his source has no specs to speak of, but says Sony performance target for the Pro to be twice the current, and it's RT capable to. Well, again, Mark, and listen to what Mark Cerny said. Remember, Mark Cerny said on Wired that when he talked to the developers, that they talked about ray tracing. I don't remember that. It's Kana worth $40. It is to me. And remember, I tried to buy the physical copy and it was gone. Like my little hub, and you got to remember, I got a Walmart, I got a Target, I've got a Game Exchange, and I've got a Best Buy, and there's a GameStop. None of them had it. None of them had it. Shout out to Andrew Wilkins for subbing. But and they didn't have it physical. That's why, because you all know that I was going to buy it physical. I remember I said I'm going to wait to buy it physical, and I went to go buy it physical, and I could not find it. I could not find it. So just pop in on Forza Horizon Huge 2. I didn't know that. I certainly hope they fix it. Not sure why they're having pop in and screen tearing. Screen tearing, they said, happens because of something, and you know, it is what it is. I mean, I no longer get into that whole thing. It's shout out to Muscle Pound Gamer when he said that discussion at this point, the people talking about the specs and what was going to be better, that just needs to be tabled. And I agree with him. And I agree 100% with that statement, that it does need to be tabled, because we can clearly see the results. I mean, the fact that these guys were still talking about it a couple weeks ago. I'm like, why is this an issue for you guys? You know, it's just the consoles are out. They've been out a year. We've seen it, and we're not stupid. We can see it. It's not hard. Cracking compression, best new tech this gen. So yeah, I mean, hey, no, that cracking compression is really nice. The Kana Bridge of Spirits took maybe 3 minutes to download. Just amazing. No, just amazing. I'm thoroughly enjoying that game. I did not. The music is good. The world is engaging. I don't like the puzzles. I'm going online to fix that. I'm like, all right, let me see what I got to move. Oh, I got to put this over here. Okay, I'll do that. You know, so yeah, definitely. Just having fun with it. It's a fun game. Glad I bought it. Yeah, I think it is $40. You're right, and yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. I know that was your original question. I kind of rambled. So, but the amount of glitches is hilarious. Yeah, I think Forza, again, it's an arcade racing game. It was the first party game that Microsoft hadn't put out in months or years. So, of course, people made a much bigger deal about it than it needed to be. So, using the activity cards. Yeah, there's a lot of people right now who are just now getting their PlayStations. All right, there are a lot of people who are able to secure the bag, as they like to say. I think you kids like to say secure the bag. So, the Gears 5 is 96 gigabytes on Series S and isn't 4K. Why is it so big? It's just a big game to download. And it's not like the Series S is a monster console. I mean, you know. Yeah, the reason why I have not upgraded my SSD yet is simply because there's no reason for me to. Everything I buy can be stored in the cloud. And I just pull it out of the cloud when I want to play it. Let's see here. At 120 FPS, none. Not on my PS-5. Now on my PC, yeah, I'll play it at 120. But yeah, none on PlayStation 5. Just, you know, I mean, if Gran Turismo has a 120, and we got to remember, Andrew, I remember my TV. I just got my TV, so so that's full disclosure right there. There was no way for me to try any of it, but yeah, I don't see the point of it. I don't play competitive online shooters, so but shout out to everybody that does and that plays games like Overwatch and Fortnite, stuff like that. But I would not even think to activate that. I've set the TV up so that I can do 120 FPS. So yeah. Let's see here. But going from 30 to 60 is a big deal. You can actually feel that. So I assume 60 to 120 is going to be roughly the same. The Series S has some problems. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Series S. It's just not something that I'm using. You know, you know, maybe if they can upgrade it and get it to 1440p, maybe they'll optimize the games and stuff like that. That's fine. But right now, if somebody said, "Hey, there's a Series S there or a Series X there," and it's $500, or somebody says there's a new graphics card in here, you know, like a 6700 XT, and it's $499 as well. Which one do you want? I'm getting the graphics card. The human eye can't differentiate between 60 and 120. Okay. Well, I mean, again, that's fine. It may not be able to. I'm gonna have to look that up though. You would think it could. Your eye can discern a lot of things. Well, again, I get it. Yeah, I'm not knocking the Series S at all. I'm not buying it. You know, I'm not going to buy one. So, but the people that did, they did. People should be. I just hope the people that bought it are happy with it. Pretty straightforward with that. Oh man, get ready to get this Mass Effect done. But guys, yeah, that was pretty much it. I've been here a little over an hour, so I got to run around and do some things before I play my Mass Effect. But yeah, so what do you all think about Hawkeye? Leave your comments in the comment section. Are you enjoying it? What do you all think about the new Young Avengers that you're seeing? Because you're seeing a whole bunch of them. And yeah, and we're trudging along. We're in December, and I just wanted to touch base. And I may get online a little bit later on. Like I said, I'll see you guys at 2:00 Eastern time for my Mass Effect playthrough. Mass Effect 1, the first couple hours, we're going to run through it. And so, like I said, there will be no subtitles or whatever those things are called that you all call them. So you play Rocket League at 120, your eye can definitely tell. Yeah, I would think some stuff you could tell, you know. But I mean, again, I just got my TV and I just set it up about a week ago. You know, remember, guy, I kept coming on, so I'm still trying to get my settings down, still trying to get this right. And I finally went in and put it to the enhanced mode. And like with the Sony TVs, you can put in standard format, which is fine. You can put it in enhanced mode, but then you can put it in enhanced mode plus or something like that. And it lets you do VRR, and because it just got that update. But all right, then it says here yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'll see you guys later on today. I promise you I will be gaming here later on today. Let me play some music and then we're gonna get up out of here. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to you, Andrew, for the super chat. Thanks for subbing. And everybody have a blessed day. Stay safe out there. Peace.